Hey guys, it's me, Tommy, and I am finally giving you guys my C-section video. If you guys are new to my channel and you just clicked on this because you want to see my experience, I will link a few cards and also some stuff below in the description box to whatever I'm telling you guys. So I've tried so many times to record this video and I feel like I keep rambling, so let's just try to make this one organized. Small disclaimer is if you hear my daughter crying in the background, she's with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law just gave her a bath and she's trying to put her to sleep, so she's in that fussy state where she's crying, but we just need to just rock her to sleep and then she'll be good. So don't worry, she's okay. So we're gonna start off with the reason why I had to have a C-section. So my C-section was actually scheduled. I had to have a C-section because I suffer from fibroids, and during my pregnancy, one of my fibroids actually grew the size of 10 centimeters. So it was really hard for us to try to do a vaginal birth because my daughter's head was being pushed by the fibroids, so she would not have been able to come out through the birth canal. So the safest way to deliver her was to do a C-section. So my C-section was actually scheduled on December the 2nd at 2 p.m. I was instructed to not eat anything past midnight the night before. So that Sunday, I was instructed to not eat anything past midnight. I wasn't allowed to have any water, no gum, no candy. Even when I brushed my teeth the morning of, I was advised to not try to swallow the water. So I had to basically be on a dry fast. I was advised to also be at the hospital at 12 o'clock because I had some paperwork to fill out, obviously IVs and everything like that, to get done before my surgery started at 2 p.m. This is actually my first surgery. I haven't had surgery at all. I don't know why they count your wisdom tooth being pulled as surgery, because I don't think that's surgery because I don't know. But anyway, it's my first surgery, so I was pretty nervous. On top of that, you know, there are pros and cons with having a C-section. There's a lot of things that could go wrong, so I was a little bit concerned with that. Anyway, so my husband and I went to Health Park Hospital. This part of Health Park, I forgot the name of the exact children's hospital, but I have footage that I'm going to be putting in the video so you guys can see, because I did record here and there. But we got there around 11:45. My husband went and got something to eat in front of me. So that was like really hard, but I mean, it's cool because he was gonna be with me the whole day. So anyway, we got there, we filled out the paperwork. I never went into labor because obviously my C-section was scheduled. I was at 39 weeks, so that Monday, December 2nd, it was when I went in, but the baby, my daughter, was actually due on the 7th. So I was about 39 weeks and some change into going into former surgery, if that makes sense. So when I got to the hospital, just filled out some paperwork. They IV'd me up, put like 2 bags of IVs in me, and then they just went over the pros and cons with it. Around 2 o'clock, that's when my doctor came in, my OBGYN came in. She wanted to pick in, say hi. She let us know what the risks are with having a C-section, where it's just like, you can't turn now. We filled out paperwork and then it was time to go. I must say, with having surgery done, I always thought that like the hospital or the surgery room was gonna be like bigger than what it is, but it was really small and cold. So that was just kind of new to me. It was kind of new being like rolled onto the bed. I kind of think it was kind of a dope, fun experience for me because it wasn't like bad surgery I was going in. It was going to be a good outcome. I was actually going to see my daughter, so I was kind of in really good spirits. My husband and I joked a lot, so we were just in really good spirits throughout the whole process until, you know, after. But anyway, so we get rolled. I got rolled and my doctor was there. She also had a backup doctor just in case anything goes wrong, because obviously I have my fibroid, and if that fibroid was to rupture, I could lose a lot of blood. So therefore my fibroid was not removed, because a lot of people will ask that. My fibroid is still there. They did not remove that. I would have to get that removed later on this year, but I don't know the exact title of the person that was there who administered my IVs, but she was so bomb. She wanted to name my fibroid Frankie, and while I was getting my epidural done, she was just cracking jokes and talking to me just so it can take my mind off on the pain. They actually had a student administer the epidural to me, which I was a little nervous, but she did a good job. And then after that, there was a second thing that they put in my back that has like that burning sensation. On a scale of 1 to 10, that was probably like a 7, but then I felt like a really bad pressure, which was like a scale of 1 to 10, that was like a 12. But it wasn't for long, and I was like, let me just G up. It's just for a short time, it's just for a short time. And then within seconds, I could not feel my legs. Like, that was it. They laid me down on the table, and then it was time to go. They put the shade up, they called my husband in, and then it was ready to go. What I thought was really dope is that the only male that was in that room was the anesthesiologist, which was really cool. I was just surrounded by all these beautiful, powerful, just important women in the room to help deliver my daughter. So obviously my husband and the anesthesiologist were the only men in the room. I remember having like chest pains, like someone is like holding my chest down. So I did ask the anesthesiologist when he came over to see if I was good, if that's normal, and he just advised me. He was like, yeah, it's normal. You know, we're tracking your heart rate. Everything is good. Don't worry. And then I did ask him, I was like, so when are they gonna start? He was like, they started 15 minutes ago. So I honestly didn't know what was going on the other side of the table. Like, it was just such a smooth surgery for me. And then before I knew it, they pulled my daughter out, and I got to see her. Now in the sonogram I showed you guys, you saw that her head was a little pressed against the fibroids. So that was the first thing that I looked at once they put her on the table, to see if her head was like deformed. But thank God her head was not deformed. She was beautiful, 7 pounds, 7 ounces. Was delivered at 3:15 p.m. So that was something that was such a major blessing. And then obviously, you know, they had the parents do the pictures, so you pose for the picture and everything like that. So that was kind of cool. Then probably like a few minutes after, when they started to sew me up, they had my husband leave the room to be with my daughter while they give her shots and they clean her up and stuff like that. And I was just left in the operating room. I think surgery was probably like 30 minutes, but it really felt like about 10. It went by pretty fast. And then I was rolled back into my room, where they administered my my morphine, just so that I could be good. And then probably like an hour later, that's when I got rolled into my actual room that I would be staying in for my stay.
It's a pretty decent sized room for us. This chair right here turns into a little bed. Then we have a little eating area. My cousin Eloise got me some flowers, and that's just the breakfast from this morning. So we have a pretty decent sized room. This is where I've been staying the whole time. That's where my IVs were drawn, and the bathroom is nearby.
The night of, probably around, I would say around 7 o'clock was when the epidural and the numbness started to like wear off, and I was able to wiggle my toes. They did put socks on my feet and these things around my calves, just to make sure that the blood is flowing so that there's no clotting. And everything went well as far as the surgery is concerned. I did have a side effect with the medicine they gave me. I don't know if it was the IV or the anesthesia. I don't know what it was, but something was making my entire body itchy. Like, it was so itchy. It was just, ugh, I couldn't do it. Breastfeeding. So I was able to breastfeed my daughter. I'm still breastfeeding now, and she was able to latch on, but she has a tied tongue. So it was pretty painful with her first latching on, but it felt normal. I don't know, it didn't feel kind of weird when I first like breastfed my daughter. It just felt a little normal, her little mouth, and just, you know, sucking away, because she just knew what to do. So that's that. And then I had a lactation doctor come in just to check. I did bring a pump just in case I wasn't able to get enough of the colostrum out. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I did bring my own pump, but the hospital didn't advise that they wanted me to use their pump, the Medela pump. So I had to use their pump instead of my own. So that was the first night. Now, when they take the catheter out, that's when everything went downhill. So the catheter came out probably like around 9 o'clock. So I didn't even know that, you know, I was peeing. They just kept changing my bed pad. I just could not feel myself actually peeing. But after they took the catheter out, now I'm on my own, and that's when it became real. And the reason why I say that is because I'm stitched up, so therefore if I had to use the bathroom, I had to get off this tall hospital bed to walk over to the bathroom to sit down. Plus I'm bleeding from it. So it was an experience first getting off the bed. I did have to get a nurse to obviously help me out to go to the bathroom, and I would say that pain is one of the worst pains in the world. Now, I told you guys I never got a chance to experience labor, and I would imagine that labor would be as painful as that because you're experiencing that for a long time. But in my eyes, since I've never felt contractions and I never went into labor, I never pushed a baby out vaginally, this pain was really, really bad. But me, I knew that I had to suck up the pain because it comes with the surgery, and I knew that I had to walk. Like, that was the main thing, is to not get your blood to clot, is you had to walk. So I did whatever I can to make it to the toilet. I would say that I did purchase the Always Discreet, and I would say that that is one of the best things that I've ever purchased for my my hospital bag, because it came in handy. Because what the hospital does is they give you this like cloth like panty, and they put like 2 like super pads on it side by side to help like soak up all the excess blood. But when I'm trying to go to the bathroom by myself and trying to sit down with the bar at the side, so the bar was like right here, and when I'm trying to sit down and also move the panty at the same time and move my hospital gown, it was just like the pad was touching the toilet seat, and I'm just like, this is nasty. So the first night I was able to keep their version on, but the second night I definitely took it off and used the Always Discreet, and it helped out so much. It helped catch all the blood, and it was just really easy to slide down and up. Taking it off and on was very, very, very difficult, but the whole time you're taking it off and on, not off and on, but sliding it down and up when you're using the restroom was really good. So the first night was really bad. My daughter, with my husband and I, it's our first, so whenever she would like make a sigh or a noise or anything like that, we would both just jump up automatically. Obviously she was being breastfed, so my husband had to bring her over to me so that, you know, we can feed her. He changed her diaper the entire first week. Like, I didn't change not one diaper. He changed every single diaper the first week. So he changed the diaper, I did the feeding. We were both so tired. My husband never knew about SIDS, so when he read the paperwork about SIDS and how to keep the baby on her back, he stayed up all night. Like, while she was swaddled, he just stayed up all night and was just looking at her to make sure that she was breathing. So it was kind of cute, but it was also exhausting at the same time. The next day, my doctor was actually on vacation. That's the reason why I didn't get my C-section on my due date. So a backup doctor came to check out and did say that I was healing up nicely. My incision was a regular incision with dissolvable stitches, and then she sealed it up with the glue. So when the doctor came in, he looked and he said everything was fine. Pediatrician came in the next day to check up on my baby girl Tamia to see if she's doing good. It was just a lot of back and forth in the hospital, which was kind of annoying because I could never get rest. Like, it felt like every 2 hours someone was coming in to either give me medicine, to change my bed pad, to check on the baby. It was just a lot, so I really didn't get much sleep. And for me, Tuesday was the hardest because now I have to be more mobile. I have to go to the bathroom. My husband had to help me off the bed. At the same time, he had to change Tamia. So it was a lot. But when the doctor actually came in on Tuesday and he saw that how well I was healing, he actually said I can go home the next day, which I was really shocked. He was like, if you want, you know, you can go home tomorrow, or if you want to stay until Thursday, you can. And it's a hospital, so I was like, I'm going home tomorrow. I wasn't going to rack up that bill. No, I'm going home the next day. Wednesday was a little bit better. I would say it was probably on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably like an 8. It was just a little bit better. My husband did go home so that he can actually sleep in his bed and take a good shower. and then he was gonna drive back because we didn't bring the car seat with us. So he was gonna drive back with the car seat and then we'll go home. So while I was in the room by myself, I did attempt to vlog a little bit of footage, but I was just tired. I was just really out of it. I just wanted to stay in the moment. So I really didn't vlog much. I tried to vlog as much as I possibly can. And then we were discharged. I think I was supposed to like pass gas or something like that, but I just could not fart for the life of me. Like, it was there, but I was so afraid to fart. But they said it was fine as long as I was walking around, and they saw that I was walking around, I can go home. So I think we left the hospital probably around 6 or 7 p.m. And then I got home like around 8. Yeah, so probably 7, got home around 8 and stayed in bed. A couple of days later though, this is really sad. So my husband's grandmother, which is my daughter's great grandmother, was dying from cancer, and we did plan on going to see her that Friday that Tamia was home. But on Thursday, so we got home Wednesday, Thursday, his grandmother passed away. So we weren't able to see her, and my husband felt really, really bad because he said that on our way home, we were going to pass by her house. He was going to, you know, stop by, but I was tired, and he knew that I wanted to shower and be in my bed, and also, you know, the baby was tired also. So he was like, you know what, let me just take care of my family. Let me just bring them home instead of going out there to see his grandmother. So that was one thing that was really sad. I really wanted her to meet her last great grandchild before she passed away, but she did pass away. Deep down inside, I really feel like she was waiting for Tamia to be born because she kept asking. She's been battling cancer for a long time, so when she found out Tamia was born, I think that's when she decided to just, you know, be at peace with her illness. So getting home and being in bed, I was able to move around a lot. I was able to sit down and pee, but I didn't have a bowel movement until Friday. It was hard for me to just poop. I didn't really have an appetite as much. I don't know. Another thing too is I had baby blues. So it wasn't like postpartum, but I had baby blues where I didn't feel like a mom. I don't know, it just never really hit me that I was a mom. I knew that Tamia was my daughter, but I didn't have that connection. On top of that, her latching on was an issue, so I felt like I wasn't like a good mom or a good person. My milk supply was low, so that was a struggle as well. I had to take her to the pediatrician, and you know, we had to supplement her on formula, so I felt kind of bad. I was getting pressure from like both ends with people just giving me tips and stuff like that. That was just way too much that I needed as soon as I got home. So I cried a lot. The first week, my emotions was so high. So any little thing would make me cry. So I cried so much the first week for stupid things too. And then also, Tamia had a little scare when she was laying in her bed. Like, I just looked at her and she was fussing, so I picked her up, and then she started like putting her head back like this and then foaming at the mouth, and I thought she was catching a seizure. So I spoke to the pediatrician, and they advised us to go see a neurologist to make sure she was okay. So all of that happening that first week was a lot for me. So I wouldn't say it was postpartum. It wasn't like I wanted to kill myself, but I was really, really sad. I cried a lot. My nipples on top of that were so blistered from breastfeeding that you can literally see the skin. I had scabs on my breast. So I really felt bad because I was just like, how am I supposed to feed my daughter? She can't put her mouth on my nipples. It's scabs there. So it was just a lot of work for me. So that's how that went. But then eventually, you know, my husband stayed with me the first week, but then my mother-in-law, she helped out the week after, and things started getting a little bit better with her help. I was able to move around and stuff like that. I was able to drive at the 3rd week. I know you're supposed to wait 6 weeks, but I healed up really good. So I was able to drive the 3rd week. I actually had to drive my daughter to the neurologist. So I would say, no, the 2nd week. So the 2nd week I was able to drive because I had to take my daughter to the neurologist. My husband couldn't take us because we both caught the flu the week of my baby shower, so he used up a lot of his vacation time. And then he had his parental leave for that week, so he was in the negative with his vacation time. So I was like, you know what? The pediatrician said that if I could drive, so I was able to move around, but the car seat was a little bit heavy, so I had to like carry her. Some things that I found that was beneficial. Before I do that, let me just show you guys what my stomach looks like. So I'm still wearing the bandage that they gave me at the hospital. I also have 2 more that I'm going to show you guys. So this one is just, it is jacked up to the fullest. So here's the bandage here. So I'm going to show you what the stomach looks like. Let me just lower this a little bit. Okay. So this is what my stomach looks like 7 weeks. If I suck it in, it looks like that. There we go. So this is gonna be my major problem right here, how like that crease is there, but this is the tummy. My fibroid is still the same size it was when I had my daughter. So my fibroid is still big. So this is the stomach. These underwears, I'm sorry if they're linty. These underwears, I'm gonna put a link below, are one of the best underwears to have when you have a C-section, because it actually protects your incision area. And I loved it. These were a lifesaver for me till this very day. I purchased them off of Amazon. Again, I'll put the link below. And they're super, super, super soft. So I'll put these here, and then I'll take my bandage and I'll just put it underneath. Like I said, it is worn out. Look at that. Like, I don't even have it where it should be anymore. It's like, I washed it, but it's like linty and everything like that. I wear it a lot. I actually wear it 24/7. So that's that. And then let me show you my incision area. This is how the incision looks. So she did a really good job, and I definitely healed up pretty good. And right there. So my fibroid is over here, so I can kind of still feel it. And then my stomach, as far as my stomach, I've been putting bio oil on my stomach because I know that your stomach, once it starts to shrink back, is going to be black. So I did put bio oil on it. I'm gonna try to wrap this up a little bit faster. First of all, it's been almost 20 minutes since I've been recording this, and then my baby girl is crying. So going in for surgery, I was 197. Right now, I'm 181. I'm not really focusing too much on losing weight. I just want to be healthy and toned up. I haven't gotten a chance to go to the gym, but I do walk a lot with my baby girl. We go for walks like every other day. Since I live in Florida, the weather's really nice, especially during the winter time. So I do go out for walks, but I want to hit the gym, but I know that I have to take it easy because you can't just go right into the gym right after a C-section. So that's that. Oh, another thing too, sorry that I'm all jumpy. My mind is focused on my baby girl crying. But with your stomach, just let you know, if you have a C-section, the area below, right above the incision area, will feel numb. My aunt-in-law said that hers is still numb too. To this very day, she had 2 C-sections. So just be aware that that you will find numbness and will feel a little weird. I still have a little bit of pain here and there. When it comes to actually having a bowel movement, I definitely would suggest getting like a stool softener. My stool softener I've been using since my pregnancy was the Menorrhagia. That's like the best thing, and that's what they actually gave me in the hospital. Also, they gave me some prune juice too to make me like pass gas. But I would definitely recommend Menorrhagia. Let me just show you the 2 shapers that I've been but the binders that I've been wearing, both of them were purchased on Amazon. So this one right here, I like this one a lot. It's very sturdy. I use this one when I'm like driving because it feels like a little secure on it. The only thing is that it makes the little pooch above the incision area like pop out, which I don't like, which is the reason why I wear the hospital one, because the hospital one like cups it in. But I need to get my uterus to shrink down. Like my uterus is still kind of big, as far as what my gynecologist told me when I went for my 6-week update last week Monday. So I do have this one. This one's a little bit tighter. It's a medium, and it's like a fupa. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what it's called. Fupa? No, it's not a fupa. I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing that people use when they have like their like abdominal surgeries, but it's one of those things. But this is a post-recovery thing. I like it. It's a medium. I like the way it compresses my stomach. The only thing is that my butt is really big, so the crotch area kind of hurts a little bit. So I don't wear this often. I should be wearing this during the day, just reminded myself. So I should wear this during the day, but at night, because I pee so much at night, I would prefer to just wear this, because it's a struggle to have to pee and then have to like latch this on, especially when it doesn't really fit that good and I'm just like struggling to latch it on. I've been using Mederma on my incision area. I've been using that about a week after my surgery. Just be aware that if you are using the Mederma and the panties, if you are getting the glued, if your incision is getting sealed with glue, just know that it's going to rub the glue off, but it's fine because it's healing underneath. So that's that. Taking a shower, just make sure you take your time when you go over the incision area when you're taking a shower. I did keep the bacterial soap that they gave me to use before my surgery. I used that for like a week, just to make sure that that incision area is clean and it's dry. I really can't think of anything else. Oh, my foot swelled up so bad the first week, really bad. So I'm gonna also put some compression socks on my list below that I used to help. I had to keep those compression socks on for probably like 3 days, so that my feet can go back. I noticed that my joints hurt really bad, and I really don't take vitamin D as much as I should, even though the pediatrician recommended it. But my wrists right here hurt really bad. My knees hurt, but my knees were hurting during pregnancy, and my ankle hurts. And I think the wrist hurts because of pregnancy. So I purchased a pregnancy pillow. I'll show it to you real quick. All right, so it's not really a pregnancy pillow. It's a breastfeeding pillow. So it looks like this, and you just wrap it around your waist like that, and then you put the baby over here, and then you could just breastfeed really well. So I did purchase this off of Amazon, and I noticed that that does help. And it also has like a little pocket, so this is where I like put my phone. I put my phone in here, or my little snacks in here while I'm breastfeeding, so that has been helpful. So I'll put the compression gloves that I used to help with the excess water that was leaving my body, the compression socks. And if you guys have any tips as far as building up your milk supply, if you had any issues, let me know. I don't want to ramble too much. I don't want the video to be too long. But if you had a C-section, please share your experience below. I would like to have a discussion. Or if you have any questions about my C-section, how everything went, let me know as well. Just know, ladies, that the pain will go away. And as long as your baby is healthy and beautiful, I think that's all that matters. I am going to do an update on my baby girl's 1 month update. I'm going to do that update. And also I'm going to do, I have a tutorial on this hairstyle that I'm wearing right now. So you're going to see the shirt in 3 thumbnails. So that's it, guys. I don't want to ramble too long, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.